Hi everyone, it's Michael. I wanted to make a super quick video about the process of converting your orchids to semi-hydroponics. And I also wanted to provide you two extremes. The plants that adapt really quickly and very easily to semi-hydro, and the ones that are a bit more of a struggle, and how I kind of cope with that process. So to start off, I wanted to show you these three examples. This right here is my Oxlottery Prince Phalaenopsis, and you can see it is throwing out new roots like crazy. This has been a seamless transition into semi-hydro, and it just really loves its life. Even though there's been some attrition in terms of the leaves and this one's falling off, it's been a very successful process. This is a brand new leaf. It is jumping right in. By the same token, this Psychopsis is just doing phenomenally well. If you take a look, you can see the green roots right there. A lot of little green tips, but beyond that, since I've placed it into semi-hydro, we have one new growth there. We have, I don't know if you can see it, got another little new growth right in there, and a third one right here. So this one, you can tell it's just loving it. And same thing with the Cattleya here. Cattleya has two completely brand new stalks that have just jumped up ever since it's been placed into semi-hydro. So these ones have been very easy conversions, but for the ones that haven't, I'll give you an example of those as well. So what I have here is my Ehlo Green Basics Grow Your Own tray. So this can be used for a variety of purposes, but what I like, it's a variation of the Sphag and bag method. So rather than putting sphagnum moss in a bag and sealing it off where it's going to create mold, it's going to create too much humidity and the air becomes stale because there's no circulation, this is a better alternative because you have the option on the top of allowing more airflow or no airflow. And no matter what you do on either side of the container, there is this little hole for aeration that keeps air moving throughout. So open it up and you'll see in here, I have, this is my big white Phalaenopsis that was just struggling. It hasn't put out any new roots. It's losing leaves, but the leaves are still relatively turgid. So there's a lot of life in it left, and I feel confident that I can make a speedy recovery. This is a little espresso bean Phalaenopsis, no ID, but it is just, I bought it when it was limp and dying, and it's just never quite ever perked back up. No new growths, no new losses either. It just really hasn't done much of anything. And then this one actually makes me pretty sad. This is my Hawaiian Capuna Paphiopedilum, and it actually had a bacterial infection. I cut off the part that was infected. I did a dusting of cinnamon powder to kind of stop the spread. And ever since that happened, it just really hasn't done much of anything. It has a growth here, but that's been there since I got it. So by placing all of them in here, it creates for more humidity and a little bit more heat. This is just a little glass I filled with sphagnum moss to create a little more humidity. But once it's all packaged up and neatly arranged in the tray, what I like to do is place it on a seedling heat mat. So this one I got from JumpStart. It's a really reasonably priced heat mat. It's like $20. But what that does is it's going to help warm the root area of your orchids, and it's going to help them adapt a little bit faster. So I put the lid back on. Just scooch a little bit. And then I will place this right onto the heat mat. So here we have the heat mat. It's already on, it's nice and toasty. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and place the tray right on top. You'll notice that it's not a very brightly lit area, not a lot of sunlight. And the objective behind that is to get the plant, to force the plant to invest in its root development and growth, because otherwise the light can adversely impact its development. So this is my go-to system rather than the Sphag and bag. I hope that this is helpful. I will link all of the products that I've used for this process in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe if you have any questions.